Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Now in the last video I did a comparison between the Neca Ultimate Jungle Hunter 7-inch scale figure and this, the 1/12 scale Mezco Predator Jungle Hunter, which just came out very recently. And at the end of that video I discovered that you can quite easily put the spare biomask that comes with the Ultimate Neca Jungle Hunter onto the head of the Mezco figure, thus creating a much more movie accurate looking piece. And it was already a very impressive 1/12 scale figure from Mezco, but with a few little tweaks here we've got just an incredibly accurate looking Jungle Hunter Predator now with that Neca biomask on there. And I've also repainted the skull and spine and bent it so that it has a bit of gravity to it, and added some blood to his long gauntlets there, and did a little wash on the bones, the trophies around the neck, just to make them look a little bit more detailed. But drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram. I hope this video helps you make your Mezco Jungle Hunter Predator even better. Alright, I hope you enjoy it, folks. The results are incredible. So in that last video, which I do hope you watched, the comparison between the two. If you haven't, definitely check it out. The results may surprise you. But this is the Mezco biomask that the figure came with, and it has a lot of kind of pitting, I think you call it, and it does quite strongly resemble at times the Predator 2 City Hunter mask, and also some of the masks from the AVP films. So, and also the grid effect on the eyes is quite intense, and doing some research, it really doesn't seem to be that obvious that there's a grid effect there on the eyes in the actual biomask from the movie in 1987. But it is actually the same size as the Neca biomask. Now I have gone over the Neca one with about 6 different coats of black wash, just to make it look a bit more the same tone as the armor on his body. But in certain pictures, one in particular that I found of Kevin Peter Hall behind the scenes on the set of Predator back in 1987, broad daylight, and it did look a little bit like the biomask was a bit lighter in tone to some of the other parts of armor. So I can always go back and do more washes on the mask, but I think it looks absolutely amazing. I'm so happy with it. This is now pretty much the best Jungle Hunter figure I have in my collection. Now as you can see, the Neca biomask sits on there nice and flush. You can see from the side profile here. I would just recommend, I've got this on the Mezco head sculpt that the biomask went on originally with the light up feature, but do remove the little cover there with the screw. Just take that away because it juts out a little bit and it won't let the mask sit flush on the head. Then just stick it on there with blue tack. You could super glue it on, but you want to be able to remove it if you want to. I've just gone with blue tack, but it sits on there nice and it looks fantastic. But yeah, basically the same size mask, which is odd considering they're 2 different scale figures, but that's why this is possible. Now we'll get a look at him on the rotating base with his new mask. I have to say it was a really great result bending the spine and repainting it. That was simply a case of I used a heat gun on the skull and spine, got it nice and soft, and then bent it in position, run it under a cold tap quickly, lock it in place, and then I did the whole thing over one more time just to make sure. It does seem to be trying to go back straight again, but I'll give it one more heat up and bend later on. And I also did a wash on the bones, just a subtle little brown black wash, mostly on the ones around the neck. And I also raised the trophies around the neck as well, and I did that by removing the head, and I just pulled the string that the neck trophies are on, I pulled that back a bit and used a tiny speck of glue to get the trophies around the neck just to sit a bit higher, in a bit more of a movie accurate position, because they were hanging quite low before. So that's another little thing I did. Quite a minor little thing, but it certainly just makes the overall look a bit better because they're sitting a bit higher now. They were falling a bit low before. Yep. dreads look awesome. Bio mask is nice and flush to the head. Beautiful armor on this. Got his bloody blades done. And they look really cool. I wanted this version of the Jungle Hunter to look really aggressive. So combining that skull and spine with the bloody blades on the gauntlet really hammers home the point, what he's here to do. Looks absolutely fantastic. Just let me come round for you. Now, the Mezco big chap alien, the original alien from the first movie, that's just been released at Nightmare Toys, so I think I might get that and do a review on that soon for you folks. Now just in a more straight pose, nothing really going on, just holding on to the spine, still got the blades out but just arms down by his sides. Beautiful museum pose for this piece. Curious to know what you think folks. I'm excited for those of you out there who didn't know about this, and maybe you have the Neca figure that you can just rob the mask from and just get this done, man, because this looks beautiful. You will have to do a few washes over the mask. That's just literally a case of just getting some black, possibly get some brown in there, you know, some acrylic paint, mostly water, and just do a wash over the mask. I did it by doing the wash, just basically putting the mostly watery paint on there, and then I got a heat gun from quite a distance and just tried to dry it quickly. Then I used my finger to kind of blob it around a bit and get some natural looking kind of weathering effects. The blue tack seems to be coming a bit loose, so I need to push the biomask back on a bit tighter. I can see it kind of raising up a little bit now. So that's why if you really want to do this permanently, because you'll still have the other head there, the Mezco head that shows the face, you can still have that. That's your option with the open mandibles, that's still there. It's just, if you want this to be more of a permanent thing, and I don't see why you wouldn't, you might just want to get a little bit of super glue and just get it really on there nice and tight and flush. But blue tack does the job just fine, as you're seeing here. Certainly gets the job done. I love this, man. I loved this piece when it was just totally stock, and now I really love it. It's the best Jungle Hunter I have. I got some amazing Neca quarter scale Jungle Hunters, and they're incredible, but they're not as posable as this, and they are quite big, and it's kind of hard sometimes to figure out where I'm going to put them. But this, being 1/12 scale, really doesn't take up too much space, and looks amazing now. Absolutely amazing. So anyway folks, I've shot quite a lot of footage for different videos today, and I still have one more video to do with that Trick or Treat Studios 1/6 scale Halloween 2 Mars with the new custom coveralls, plus that Hot Toys Batman Begins. There's just a little height comparison for you. That is a Neca Ultimate Halloween Kills Michael Myers figure, 7-inch scale figure, and that is a McFarlane Arkham City Catwoman, and there is the Mezco Jungle Hunter Predator 1/12 scale figure in the middle, obviously, just to let you see how they all look together. And there's a quick look at the Mezco modified figure now, next to my Hot Toys modified figure. Details on that on the channel. But yeah, obviously massive size difference, but I actually prefer the Mezco now. Definitely. That mask is just ridiculously on point. I love everything else too. And it's just Jungle Hunter action all the way. Next to the big guy. We have an even bigger guy over here. Actually, the masked version's over here on the wall. It's a really awesome piece. Videos on the channel of him too. I mean, that's definitely a contender for the best Predator action figure ever. It's definitely very, very accurate and doesn't really need much modding at all. Maybe just a little bit of a black wash on parts of the armor, but that's about all. It's an amazing piece. But I do just love this Mezco figure. Even more so now with the mask difference. It's just made massive, massive improvement. Right, I just want to get in close and show you how the black washes turned out on the mask. They created these nice kind of sections where it just looks like muddy water that's kind of stained the mask. You know, I'm not saying every little bit of weathering is in the exact movie accurate place, but I was just in a hurry to darken it so that it didn't contrast too, you know, drastically with the armor on the rest of his body. And now I think it matches up really nicely. I mean, that is amazing. Look at that. That's a 1/12 scale Jungle Hunter Predator with the Neca biomask and a little pinch of red light coming from the side just to make it look nice and moody. But look at that. Now it's undeniable. That is 100% awesome 1987 Jungle Hunter action with bloody blades, nasty, bloody, drippy spine action with the skull. Very, very cool. Very photogenic, that's for sure. Look at that. So I'll pretty much leave it at that, folks. That's turned out amazing. Excited to get this video up on YouTube, and I know it will help a few people enhance an already great figure. So just know that this is the version I have from Neca in that box that, you know, is quite common to find, and that figure there comes with the spare biomask that's just loose, and you just put it on the Mezco one and get it to stay on there in a method of your choosing. I'm going with good old blue tack, and that's it. Drop a like on this video if you found it helpful, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done already. I was looking at the analytics for the channel, and so many people are not subscribed who watch. Just hit that button, subscribe, drop a like on the video, follow me on Instagram at DeanKnight333. I'll see you soon, folks. Bye bye.